Today we are talking about our very own, it's going to lead into it, but navigating through a toxic breakup, break, breaking up with the bullshit.
Oh God,
Yes, we're going
not
there.
talk.
So I know a lot of people have been saying that, our girl, Keeta Hill, has been in the blogs, and it's not for a good thing. Keeta and Tyreek, they've been going through a devastating breakup. And it's not looking good. I don't like the fact that people are trying to comfort her in regards to, Tyreek has cut off all funds allegedly from what, the blogs are saying. He basically cut off her debit card so she can't, access any funds anymore. And people just reading the comments is like, well, I thought she made her own money, blah, 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 this, that, and the
Oh,
third. And it's a lot of women, and I don't like that.
well, one, I didn't see that. I know when everything first happened, I think I told you I reached out to her and she was appreciative and she seemed like she was okay. She was just like, it's crazy. She was saying how there was paparazzi outside her building and it was like it was a lot, you know what I mean, for like days. Like it continued for a while. So first and foremost, I just want to say that I'm all for like family. If family can work it out, if they can work it out, I want that so badly for her. But if it
Right.
doesn't, you know what I mean? And I just wish that it's crazy because it's not even like they're on the internet saying anything. They're not being messy back and forth. They're not doing it. This is literally just like this is the public. This is the people. These are the blogs and everything. And I'm like, it'd be one thing if I felt like she was pulling everybody into her business, but she's really not even that type of girl. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy to see how people have like such weighted opinions about it. I don't know. It's kind of mind blowing to see, I think, especially the way they're going in on her. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Because I think people
And
lack a lot of empathy for anybody that they think that is in a position of prominence. And it's you see it over and over and over again. Anybody who has anything, any status, any money, anything, is like there's no grace at all. Like they will tear you to shreds.
but it's not even like they're going after the man. They're
Yeah.
going after her like it's her fault. Like you can't help who you fall in love with.
Yeah.
And people don't know the story or know what they've been through. So it's like instead of, and I get it too. I mean, even with, my breakup when Chad and I broke up, it's like, they came after me. But you don't know the story. You don't know what those two couples went
Right.
through. And it's like they develop their own opinion and just, it's always the woman who always
Mhm.
get picked at. And it's not right. It's
Why do you
not
think
fair.
that is?
So
Do you think that's just because people just hold women to a higher standard in general? Like we just supposed to have all the sense? I mean, which I kind of get.
I just feel like they think that, oh, you went after, like with Keeta in the situation with her in the blogs, oh, she just wanted him for his money. She only got married just to get a divorce to try to get the money. That's all you see. It's always like, oh, because they're making money, because they're, a higher profile individual. I think that's what it is. It's always assume it's a money grab.
Yeah. So I don't know a ton about their relationship. Well, I do know what she told me, and they had a long relationship, and then they broke up, and she really went her way, and he went his way,
Mhm.
and they really went over here. And I can relate to that because that's exactly what happened to me. We dated for a long
Yeah.
time, 7, 8 years, and then we broke up for a smooth year, year and a half. I went this way, he went that way, and he came back and got me. And from what I gathered from what she told me, which they don't show on the show, is the conversation we had, is that he really went back and he went
He
back.
wanted
He said, "I want my woman back. Let's get married today, tomorrow. Let's go." And they did. But yeah, I don't know. People are crazy. Fuck them people.
Oh, it's like it's hard, especially being in a high profile relationship. It's hard, like dealing with the breakup. And I can speak on that because I dealt with it. It's like you're in a public relationship when you're
Mhm.
happy, you got to go through that breakup in a public, and it's ugly. But it's just like sometimes you just want some type of grace, like
Yeah.
you just want somebody just to,
Let me ask you something.
like
Did you feel any responsibility to publicly kind of explain or give any explanation because your relationship, like you said, all the happy stuff was so public, and you know what I mean? Like Chad, one of them, he'll prop you up, he'll put you right here.
Girl, phone and
You know what I mean?
everything.
Like he gonna the Sharelle, like he gonna do that, right? Did you feel any responsibility to give any type of explanation, or did you feel pressured to kind of tell your side, or you know what I mean? Like when everything happened?
I mean, it was some days I wanted to, because you get tired of,
Speculation.
the speculations and everything, but it's like, why? Let's just move on. We have a beautiful child together. We can co-parent, and let's just work through this, when it comes to co-parenting. I know people want to know, but you just have to, at one point I felt like I had to tell my side of the story, but it's like, why? It doesn't mean, it's not going to change anything.
It's not.
So
it's not.
Just carry on. You know what happened. He knows what happened, and God knows what happened.
I mean, because the people who are rooting for you are still very much like, they get back together. They still very much on that vibe. And then the people who was on a I told you so train before, just waiting for something to happen, then them people still there. They still say stuff. So you're right, it doesn't matter. But I always wondered that though, like, if you felt like it would be disappointing for it to, not just to you and him, but just to like, the fan. People who like supported y'all and said so many kind things and like really kept up with y'all, and
I mean, they still can say kind things and still support us as we co-parent through this. I mean, Chad is an amazing father, and I'm an amazing person. We just didn't work out, and that's what it is. I mean, they can still support us and don't have to choose sides, because we didn't, we still support each other at the end of the day.
Never mind the fact they don't have to choose sides, bitch. They don't know what happened. So what if they're choosing a side? No,
they don't
that's for real.
But it is what it is. I mean, it just sucks. And I feel for Keeta in regards to her situation, because she's going through it and having all the public people trying to attack her and come with her.
It's extra crazy because she's real quiet. She's like, and she gonna do it just like Beyonce. My girl is mum's the word. She ain't gonna say nothing. And I mean nothing. She gonna let that thing go. And I be like, girl, you're made of titanium. Because I would have said something to somebody.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So I think a lot of people go through this, and even if they're not in high profile relationships, because you still have to think about it like just a regular couple, it's still public embarrassment, because you have to go through it with your family, your friends, and everything. So maybe we can help some people who are going through this. And some of my questions I know, when you went through a breakup before you and Andre got married, when y'all was dating. Do you believe people change after a toxic breakup? I don't know if y'all breakup was toxic. Ours was a little rough. Or do you think they just rebrand themselves for the next person?
I think that I think more often than not, people rebrand themselves for the next person. That's what I think.
I think that's what I kind of did. Like, I'm trying to rebrand myself a little, especially after the show came out, because it made it look like, I was going after Chad for his money. It was all for so won't you, like, listen, I don't want it. Let's be clear. That was not, that was not it. And Chad knows that. He, like, we can play some roles, but
first of all, you play all
my
day.
biggest thing,
y'all play all day. So I was really looking at it like, look at these damn fools up here playing. And these people, stop playing in these people face. Stop it.
But because of that, trying to be a team player or whatever, I feel like I have to rebrand myself, because it made it look like I was just this gold digger, coming for Chad and his money and, trying to take everything. But that's not the case. So for me, my situation, I have to rebrand myself and just show who
you really think that you have to rebrand. Like, I don't know, maybe because I know you in real life, so I just did not take an ounce of it that serious. I'm serious. Like I didn't even, it took me so long to even watch it because I remember talking to you about it. I remember us getting ready together and then you go, no, I gotta go do this. And I talked to you after that. It just was not it just wasn't a thing. And then I saw it and I was like, they playing. And immediately just put it
Right.
out of my
Because you
mind.
know
But
it.
you actually feel like you have to rebrand. I don't think that you.
Yes, because people take TV to another level. It's not like it used to
So
be,
you rebranding
Porsha.
yourself
Like
for
it's
your next potential mates?
not for my next attention, mate. No.
Because they gonna when they meet you, they gonna know that's
No.
not your life, that you're not about that. You know what I mean?
Well, they
Like
know. I
it's easy
mean,
to
not
tell. You
they, but
spend 5 minutes with you, and you're literally the most generous person in the world. I have to tell you all the time. Sure, stop giving me shit. Stop doing stuff. Relax, girl. Like, you know what I mean? It'd be 5 minutes somebody spend with you, and they know that that's not even what you own at all. But I mean,
it's so bad. I almost got cussed out because I was pulling out my wallet and they would let me be a man.
not
Like,
they.
just let me be a man.
Ooh.
Well, I'm stupid. It wasn't multiple, but I literally got cussed out. Like, chill.
Yeah.
Like, sit back and
Like I said,
relax and chill. I don't know what you did.
like I said, covered. Okay, soft place to land. Covered. In totality, you're covered. That's what I wish for you.
Thank you, boo.
Mm-hmm.
My next question is, how do you protect your mental health during and after the breakup? Oof. Listen, alcohol was a good coping. Alcohol and
Man,
traveling were my
let me tell you. First of all, let me
for
tell
me.
you. When Andre and I broke up for that time, I mean, I was definitely a little wino. You know what I mean? And I was working in a restaurant at the time, and they gave us free wine. I was just slizzard just all the damn time. Like I was really in my feelings, fully drinking my feelings. And I did go to church a lot. I went to church a lot, and then I went home and I was on that bottle. And it took me, my best friend, she used to leave me notes on the fridge, like, it's okay, you're gonna find love again. The sun comes out tomorrow. Girl, I was so pathetic. Ugh, girl, I was a mess. An absolute mess. It was horrendous. It really was. So, but I got over it. It
Yeah,
took
you
about six
will.
months. I ain't gonna lie. It took about 6 to 8. It took a little while,
What? Oh
but
my
it took
goodness. That's
forever.
a lot.
It
It took me a while. Wait, November, December, January. It took me about 3.5 months.
that's it.
February.
I'm kidding.
3.5, 4. I mean, I'm not fully over.
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
you still have your moments where it's like, damn, like this shit is
Yeah, but you
real.
also not one of them to
Like,
sit around and cry anyway. But I'm a water bag. I will cry like that. So it's totally different. Like, I wouldn't expect for you to be sitting around in your PJs in the fetal position for 6 months. But I'm just oh,
no. The only time it hits me is when the kids get
yeah.
involved. That's when it's like, but shit, we got our own group chat. We planning trips and everything. So it's
Yeah.
like you got the picture. Like the kids, they were so sweet. They told me, the oldest one told me, I don't care what they got going on over there, but we still family. They was
Oh,
talking to like the kids were talking to each other. And I shed a tear
love
because I'm
that.
like, I love them. Like the bond
Yeah.
that they have is just it's
But y'all are
beautiful. And
family.
we are. I still got
Y'all
the pictures, our pictures,
y'all are
everything. They're
family,
my
you know what I
baby.
mean? But I could say that when he and I broke up, we didn't have any kids. So it felt very
Yeah.
final. It felt very, I'm never going to see this person ever again. And he lived 15 minutes away. And would you believe that for a year and a half, I never saw him anywhere? He lived in Hollywood. I lived in West Hollywood. We never saw each other ever, like ever. And that was by design because the Lord knew if he would have seen me in the streets, bitch, my knees would have buckled. I would have been in shambles. I was a mess. It would have been bad, but it did take a toll on my mental health. But it was also so necessary. I think that going through that stuff, those emotions, that's just necessary for you just as a woman. I'm sure as a person, I can't really speak for men, but as a woman, you got to go through that stuff because it just adds a different layer to who you are. Like it changes you. You become so introspective. If you're not introspective and you don't change your mentality after a breakup like that, you know, from a serious relationship, a marriage or whatever, then you didn't do the work. Like I used to always think it was a red flag where like I meet a guy and he's talking about his ex, or he can take no responsibility for what happened in his relationship. Everything is her fault. Everything was, I'm like, damn, ain't changed you at all. You can't take no credit. You ain't did nothing wrong. Okay.
But that's a big red flag when a man is talking, or even a woman, like just talking about everything was their fault, their fault, their fault, and there was no accountability on your end. That is a red flag, and the next person should be aware of that. But you know what they tend to do? The new person, what they tend to do is start hating the ex when they don't even know what the situation is. And it's sad. But I always, when I'm, getting into something, or even when I'm getting out of something, I don't speak on my previous relationship. I never speak negative in regards to it. There's nothing that you need to know about what happened with us. But where I was getting at. But you should pay attention to that. And if somebody comes to me about in regards to what they ex did or why they relationship didn't last, my question is, what was your problem? What did you do
What
wrong?
was your problem?
Exactly. It can't be all the other
It never
person.
is. It never is. But then that's when you know you're dealing with a man child who can't take accountability for anything and who's probably emotionally avoidant because he's just firing off about this woman who's somewhere living her life. That's
Yep, that's
crazy.
true.
You gotta be careful out there, friend. Scammers and Rasta pasta. Try to tell you. You got to be careful.
That's why I'm just enjoying life. I'm not getting into any relationships. I'm just gonna date
Yeah.
and see what life
Hey,
is,
and
and
travel.
vacate.
Don't just travel regularly. You travel like this. Ooh, traveling. I'm using my passport because I'm fancy. I'm fancy.
I have to go get another passport because I run out
Oh
of
my God.
pages.
I cannot deal with you humble baddies, is it? I can't deal with you.
Getting right now. Let me stop. Okay. Question: have you ever lost yourself in a relationship, and how did you find your way back?
Still lost, still finding it. I'm kidding. No. Yes. Yes, I have. And it's easy to do when you're dealing with somebody who is that has a large presence.
A high profile individual.
I will say that being a mom, I lost myself in that, and then I came back, and then I lost it again, and then I came back. You know what I mean? Like that happened easier than the relationship thing, but I just feel like that's easy to happen with anybody, with any woman, no matter what kind of guy you're dating, is because we're just like we're hardwired to give
Love
and to
it.
sacrifice. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like that's just we just always end up on that side up. And if you're not careful, you end up giving a little bit too much. And it's not like the person is on the receiving end saying, okay, now you're giving me too much. Stop, stop. No,
They love it. They want you.
they're just taking it. They're just taking it. You know, and women are just we're natural, nurturers, natural pleasers. Like so we end up, doing things that the guy likes, taking on his hobbies, taking on his lingo, dressing a certain way because he thinks it's cute, wearing our hair. Like it starts like little shit. It'd be like, look, and then you look and be like, well, damn, who is this? Who am I? You know what I mean? I think it happens. I don't know any woman that it hasn't happened to, honestly. Not my friends. I think it's happened to all of us.
It has, and I can say this. I actually had a loan call. So one of my Joanna, she was holding it down for me when I was going through everything, and I feel like I lost myself like towards the end of my relationship, and then the transition out of it. Like I basically shut down when it came to my business, and I have so much stuff lined up, and it's like, girl, you was that girl before this relationship. Like snap, get your ass back out there, because you got so much. Like God has blessed you with so many opportunities, and it took my two close friends and my business partner to say, listen, we've been holding it down. It's time to get your stuff back together. Like I had accountability partners, and I'm truly blessed for my friends Joanna and Christina, because they they pull me back in like, look what you built. You had all this before, Chad. Like, get yourself together. You have so many people looking up for you. You are a whole developer. You about to build townhomes, something that, a lot of women are not, are not doing. Like, so many people look up to you. Get yourself together and let's get back on it.
Yeah.
So,
but to be fair,
I had to do
you were in the Ocho bubble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was, I ain't
In
gonna
the
lie,
Ocho bubble,
I
baby,
was
like Ocho and Rel blew up to be that was a thing. You know what I mean? And when you in the bubble, it's just safe, it's warm, you got snacks, it's nice in the bubble. You know what I mean? It's comfortable, it's your man. Like you was in the Ocho, but it's okay. It's okay.
And it's hard to like pull out of it and readapt to get your identity back by yourself. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna sit here and say, I was holding it down by myself when I was comfortable. I was safe. It was peace during that time.
Yeah.
But then when it was time to transition out and get back, it was hard as hell. I had to, my friend. Thank God I have great accountability.
Like you had so much to pick up. You know what I mean? It was just like it almost like it stacked up too much on you. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you got it back. You doing your thing. You feel it. Shout out to Joanna and Christina.
Yes, my girl's holding it down for me. So the next, did your friend group support your decision to leave, or did you feel judged for staying too long? Ooh.
I don't never feel judged for doing nothing because all my homegirls going through the same shit. So,
that's the thing. Like, nobody can judge anyone when it comes to a relationship because they go through the same stuff when they're in those shoes. That's why I don't understand why people be out here yapping and typing up on Instagram when they out here, oh, he cheated on you. Your man over there cheating right now as you type.
Oh, in your car.
They did this.
With your money. Like, stop it. Cut it out. Because I'm going to tell you this. I have not dated a lot of men with money. I will say, unfortunately, I used to have an affinity for broke niggas. Let me start. Wait, hold on. I did though. This is true. Not proud of it, but I did. I'm just a love is love. Like you make me happy. This is great. Oh my God, you're jobless, but look at how creative you are. Like I was like that.
He used to drive your car?
Girl, you don't have any to no listen, Sharelle.
You gotta get into it.
Girl, no. What the point is, whether they coinked up, or he work at the post office, or he work at the Hooters, or the Hertz, or the Enterprise, they gonna do what they do. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's not like and this one don't do it more because he has this and this one don't. No, if it's in you to do that, if you have no self-control, if you have no discipline, you're gonna cheat and you're gonna be raggedy. It really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So it's just like when they see, women going through things or like, they make assumptions about you and Chad and make assumptions about Keeta and oh well, I thought he was gonna do this and he did like, girl, hush. You getting cheated on. And he's job. And you come on now. Like let's keep it cute. So no, I don't ever feel judged by anything because I mean the previous relationship, I call it our previous relationship, when it was giving situationship and we were just immature and back and forth and doing all of that mess, like I never felt judged about any of that because I was going through the same stuff everybody else was going through, just on a different scale. My makeups was a little bit better than everybody else's makeups, I got vacations, but bitch, I was still crying. Like, it's still the same.
You was crying in that Bentley.
In a Wraith, but yes. There were tears. Period. There were tears. No, yeah. But you know what? That year and a half fixed us right on up.
And now y'all solid. Beautifully solid with 3 beautiful babies.
Yeah. I'm gonna play them games.
Let's give a little advice for women navigating toxic breakups. Here's some advice. Don't seek closure from chaos. You may never get the apology, the clarity, or the explanation. Create your own peace. Reclaim your narrative. You are not the worst thing someone did to you. Reframe your story with power and compassion.
Let me tell you how bad I am at breakups. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm bad at breakups. And it could be, I heard this is like a Scorpio trait, but I don't this. I heard that there are people when they go through breakups, some of them are just really impatient, and I'm one of those people. Like in my mind, if I want to break up with you, I've already thought about it. Like this is months in the making. I've been like, I cannot deal with this shit. Like you are irking me, bro. Like I want to break up. So by the time I come to you and I tell you I want to break up, it's like news to you. But then if you give me too much, I'm like, oh my God, did you hear me? I'm done. Like I just get so impatient and kind of bitchy, and I'm not good at breakups. I'm not good at them. I'm not good at them. I don't think I ain't never had no smooth, amicable, mature girl. All of my breakups was childish. Every last one of them.
I think my breakup was childish too.
I mean, it was a little childish. I ain't gonna lie, friend. It was a little childish. You had a little internet tussle.
Oh
Little tit for
Lord,
tat.
we're gonna get